Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? No. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Good. So I'm just going to ask that as we wait for more people to fill the room, we begin to check in. Only students who are admitted need to check in. Families, you don't need to. But if you do have any questions, we will continue to have these check-in scans throughout the session. For those still coming in, just a reminder, please make sure to scan the check-in here, QR code on the screen. We will get started in just about 2 minutes, but we want to make sure that your attendance is recorded. But while we wait, out of curiosity, who among our audience are the admitted students for SISN? I think that deserves a round of applause. Now, of those students, who has already made the decision to come to SISN? We are so excited to have you as part of our family. And those who are still deciding, can you raise your hands? Okay. So we have a little bit of work to do today. All of our sessions are designed to help you make the right decision. We hope that SISN is the right school for you. And during these sessions, we're going to give you all the information to help you decide.
Good day, everyone, and welcome. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you to the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders family. Whether you're arriving on campus for the first time, returning to continue your journey, or joining us from afar, I am thrilled you are here to be part of our vibrant community. You have worked incredibly hard to get here, and I want to applaud your resilience and your dedication. Today marks the beginning of a new opportunity. It's a time for renewal, ambition, and exciting possibilities. In Newark and of Newark is Rutgers University Newark. We are committed to providing an education that transforms lives. And as an anchor institution with an intense commitment to community engagement, partnerships, social justice, and research activity, our talented faculty and staff are dedicated to fostering an environment where you can thrive academically, personally, and socially. We take great pride in our diversity and in cultivating a community that values curiosity, innovation, and mutual respect. So my challenge to you is this: be curious, challenge the status quo, embrace new perspectives, and engage deeply with your studies. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. We are here to support you. I encourage you to take advantage of our resources, get involved in student life, and build friendships that will last you a lifetime. As you begin this academic year, remember that you are capable of achieving your dreams and turning your goals into reality. I look forward to seeing all that you will accomplish. Welcome again to Rutgers University Newark. Go Scarlet Raiders!
Good morning, everyone, and an official welcome to the 2026 Rutgers University Newark Admitted Student Day. My name is Cheyenne Tilton. I'm one of the assistant deans focusing on recruitment and community engagement with the School of Arts and Sciences Office of Academic Services. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Jacqueline S. Mattis, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Mattis brings to Rutgers-Newark a distinguished record of scholarship, leadership, and mentorship. She earned her BA in psychology from the New York University and her MS and PhD in clinical psychology from the University of Michigan. Prior to joining us as a dean, she served as a professor of psychology and associate department chair for diversity initiatives at the University of Michigan, where she also co-directed the Center for the Study of Black Youth in Context. She previously held leadership roles at NYU, including serving as the chair of the Department of Applied Psychology. Her research explores the factors that support positive psychological and social development, particularly among African American and Afro-Caribbean communities. Through both quantitative and qualitative work, she has examined themes such as civic engagement, compassion, resilience, and the role of spirituality in people's lives. Her scholarship reflects a deep commitment not only to academic excellence, but also to the understanding and uplifting communities. Dr. Mattis's contributions have been widely recognized. She is the recipient of numerous honors, including the Distinguished Psychologist Award from the Association of Black Psychologists and NYU's Martin Luther King Jr. Award for her leadership, teaching, and commitment to social justice. She has also been celebrated for her dedication to mentorship, receiving multiple awards for her impact on both undergraduate and graduate studies. What makes Dr. Mattis's leadership especially meaningful for today is her clear focus on student success, belonging, and the transformative power of education. These values are at the heart of the experience we strive to create here at Rutgers-Newark in the School of Arts and Sciences. Please join me in welcoming Dean Jacqueline S. Mattis.
Good morning. Oh, this is the second time I'm having to say no. Let's start this again. Good morning. Good morning. Excellent, excellent. I am going to spend a little time talking with you about the School of Arts and Sciences. And one of the things that I want to say at the front end, mentorship does mean everything to me. And the student experience does mean everything to me. I'm very much aware that I am where I am because of faculty who took me aside, created opportunities that I might not have known about, might not have had, and who completely changed the trajectory of my life. And so I take that very, very seriously. And with that in mind, I'm going to invite you, and I do mean this seriously, I'm going to invite you to reach out to me if you have any questions. My name is Jacqueline Mattis. My email address is jacqueline.mattis@Rutgers. We have a student who is visiting with us who was here last year and who took the opportunity to reach out to me and realize that I'm actually serious about that. You reach out to me, I'm going to reach back out to you. I will call you, I will email you. I invite students to come hang out with me in my office, have coffee so that we can talk. Okay, so I do want to make sure that you understand that when you are here, you are actually a part of a family community, one that's dedicated to academic excellence, all right? So please take me seriously in that. So whether you're here in this room with us or in any of our overflow rooms, I do want to make sure that I have a chance to talk with you. So come up to me afterwards, talk with me. I'm excited to see you because I get to see you in 4 years as you cross the stage. Okay, so you're in the School of Arts and Sciences, Newark, and every institution has to have a mission. And we have to try to live into the mission that we set for ourselves. So for us, the fundamental mission of the School of Arts and Sciences, and I'll talk about the School of Arts and Sciences as SASN, so you'll hear me use that acronym. Our focus is on ensuring knowledge and connection with a purpose. You will leave here with transformative relationships, not only with each other, but with your faculty and with the staff who are a part of the SASN community. But you will leave here being really clear about what your purpose is. And your purpose might be connected to the profession you decide to pursue. but it also might be connected to the work that you do in addition to your profession. What we want to do is to make sure that the fullness of who you are is leveraged, and that you have every opportunity that you can possibly have to live into who you're going to be and the ways in which you can make a contribution to the society. So we do more than prepare you for success. Our job, if we do our job properly, is to allow you to reimagine who you are. So who you think you are right now, in 4 years, you will not imagine what you have experienced, what you can do, and what lies ahead of you simply because of the experiences that you have. So we reimagine you with you, and our focus is on ensuring that the big problems of the world that we are facing, right? Whatever those problems might be. They might be problems in chemistry. They might be problems in neuroscience. They might be political or sociological problems. One of the things that is really important to us is recognizing that the world is filled with problems that are really complicated. We call them wicked problems because fundamentally these are challenges that shift as soon as you think you've come close to a resolution, right? So we can think about things like poverty as a wicked problem. So we have faculty who are working on solutions to big issues that are facing our society, and we want you to be involved in an everyday way in the work of that wicked problem solving. And we want you to engage in solutions, and we are going to do that work with you. So let me tell you a little bit about the structure of SASN. So SASN actually is an umbrella for 2 different colleges, the Newark College of Arts and Sciences, NCAS, and the University College of Newark, which is UCN. And NCAS, many of you will be part of that college. It's our college for students who are sort of taking a traditional path through college, graduating from high school and enrolling immediately. UCN is our college for students who are transferring in or are non-traditional students. We have 17 academic departments, from chemistry to biology, Africana studies to political science. So there are 17 different disciplines that are represented among the departments here. We also have 7 academic centers and institutes. So how many of you are interested in computer science or data science, as you can think about it right now? A few of you, okay. So one of our institutes is an institute called IDRIS. It's the Institute for Data Research and Innovation Science. But one of our academic departments is data science. And our data science program was created by the person who created the data science program for Amazon Audible. So she ran that program at Amazon Audible for about 15 to 17 years. And then came here, reimagined our curriculum for us, and then created a consultation company within the major so that students who are pursuing a minor in data science also have the opportunity to work with corporations to solve real problems, so their assignments are connected to solving real problems. And our centers and institutes allow us to do that kind of work. We're also, as a school, a research-intensive school. So on average, each year, we bring in about $21 million in research grants from the National Science Foundation, National Institutes of Health, National Cancer Institute, and other kinds of spaces. So what makes SASN different? We pride ourselves on small classes. There are some classes that you may experience early in your career. So in your first year as a student, you may take Intro to Psychology, and that would be a larger class, like 100 to 130 students. Those classes are rare. Most of our classes are about 25 to 35 students, and so you get to know your faculty really well. They also get to know you really well. And I talked about my experience as an undergrad, where faculty were able to pull me aside, or they pulled me aside and created opportunities for me. And that happened because I was in small classes, in seminar classes, where my faculty got to know how I thought, what I was interested in, and they were able to create an entire journey that was a journey that led me here. So smaller classes. We pride ourselves on our students having transformative internships. So we have 2 students right now who are working in an internship doing some work through the Institute of Data Research and Innovation Science, where they're working with an organization to look at facial recognition programs and the ways in which facial recognition applications actually create significant challenges both for women. Women's faces are not as easy to identify by technology as men's faces are, and for people who are darker complexioned, facial recognition programs have a harder time recognizing us. And so they're doing work with OpenAI and with another organization to look at and improve the work of those kinds of programs. So internship programs are very important, and I'll talk about some of those. We have mentored research opportunities outside of internships. So you might be working in a community organization with one of our faculty or community partners. And you might also be interested in study abroad. And I really do seriously encourage you to pursue our study abroad programs. Our students are everywhere from Cuba to Milan, from Spain to South Africa. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of those opportunities. So let me introduce you to your faculty. I'm going to get a little excited because our faculty are amazing. You might have heard me talk about her before. One of our faculty who teaches classes in English and Africana Studies is Dr. Salamisha Tillett, who is a Pulitzer Prize-winning author. She's also a New York Times journalist. And so you might be taking a class with her. She teaches classes that are as broad-based as creative writing to courses where she brings in musicians, well-known musicians, to talk about the ways in which lyrics play a role in the way that we think about big social issues. So students in her classes are always very surprised by who shows up in class with Dr. Tillett. But she is one of our faculty in Africana Studies and English. Or you might be taking a class in journalism, and one of your faculty might be Professor Juan Arredondo. And he was nominated for a 2026 Oscar Award for his film Armed Only with a Camera, and he teaches documentary filmmaking as well as journalism. So you might be taking a class with him, or you might want to just take a class in music, right? And you don't have to be majoring in any of these things to take classes in these areas or with these faculty. But this is Dr. Stefan Harris, who teaches in our music program. He also is the director or co-director of the Express-Newark community engagement, arts community engagement space here at Rutgers-Newark. And Dr. Harris has this music lab, a piano lab that he's created, where he invites students, some of whom have some experience in playing piano, others have never touched a keyboard in their lives, some of whom have written lyrics, some of whom never have. And so he invites students into his classroom to begin to think about the link between music, the body, and empathy. It's a really interesting set of ways of thinking about how one might learn music. And he is a 6-time Grammy nominee. He is also a vibraphonist, which is what his Grammy nominations are for. He's a jazz musician. If you have a chance to take a class with him, you absolutely should. How many of you here are pre-med majors or pre-health? Biology, chemistry? Okay, quite a number. All right. So these are two professors who I would strongly recommend that you want to consider taking classes with. Fei Zhang, she is sort of front and center, and she's sitting next to, so that's Dr. Fei Zhang, and sitting next to Dr. JP or Jean-Pierre Echegaray. And they're doing some amazing work in the area of breast cancer research. So Dr. Fei Zhang does work on bio-nanorobotics and DNA and RNA origami. So she and her team, which includes undergraduate students, work on folding DNA and RNA molecules into different shapes to get them inside of cells to deliver medicines more effectively, right? So that's the work she's been doing for quite a while, and her students publish with her. JP has been doing for quite some time work on breast cancer research, the most virulent form of breast cancer. And so they have paired up, and he's identified a particular gene that is responsible for breast cancer, so metastasizing at a faster rate. So these two faculty members have paired up. She's in our chemistry department, he's in biological sciences. They have paired up and begun to work on breast cancer treatments that use the bio-nanotechnology and the DNA origami. So they're using his gene that he's created and folding that gene to get it inside of cells, cancer cells, so that cancer cells do not metastasize. Again, undergraduate students are working with them in their lab on this research. So when we talk about the transformative experiences, we're talking about being able to work with folks who are doing work at this level of excellence. Or you might be interested in either a class or maybe majoring in environmental sciences, and this is Dr. Asaki Roof. And Dr. Roof is a biochemist, a soil geochemist. And her work focuses on remediating soil. So if you live in any urban area, the soil probably has methane in it. And that methane will both poison soils, so that any food that grows in soil that has too much methane is going to be toxic to human bodies. But it also will poison water, right? And as rain comes, it will run off the soil and run into our rivers, et cetera. So Dr. Roof created, she has a patent for a number of inventions that will remove methane both from soil and water. And she has a number of students working with her and working with the 36 public farms that are part of the Newark area to remove methane from both soil and water so that the foods that are planted are much more viable. How many psychology majors do we have in the room? Excellent. And because I'm a psychologist, I have a particular fondness for you. This is Dr. Vanessa Lebu, who the American Psychological Association is the major association for psychologists, and she does a podcast for them on child development. And so if you really want to understand how children develop a sense of fear and anxiety, she is one of the national experts in that area. So those are some of our faculty, and we've got 309 of them, right? Experts in every discipline that you can imagine. But it's not enough for you to be exposed to amazing faculty. You have to have amazing experiences. So one of the things that I want to talk with you about, and you have an opportunity to play in this space today if you have some time, is our Hive Lab. And this is the hub for innovation and interactive virtual engagement, right? So the Hive leverages technology, modern technology, to reimagine how we learn and how we do the things that we do. So the Hive uses virtual reality, mixed reality, and augmented reality, both to teach, for students to sort of reimagine how they learn things, and for us to do work with communities to solve real problems. So this is an image of some of the folks who are overseeing our Hive Lab. So these headsets are the headsets that students use, and you see some of our faculty working on various apps there. So this is an image of what your anatomy class might look like. So if you're in biology, interested in pursuing anything in the health sciences, if you're taking anatomy and physiology or mammalian physiology, you might be using these headsets to have a virtual experience of being able to do a dissection of a cadaver, or understand how physicians across spaces coordinate information across MRIs in order to be able to do surgeries long distance, right? So this is technology that is used in medical schools. When my brother was in medical school, he was using this technology. And so we're using this technology in classes so that students have a better understanding of the human body because they're using virtual reality to investigate the body. So using your headsets, you have a cadaver, and you can remove the muscles from the cadaver. You can sort of see how the veins operate. You can see how bodily movements sort of really map onto muscles and veins, et cetera. So you're using, again, some of the same technology that's being used in the best of medical schools, and you're using that as a freshman or sophomore. I've mentioned already the Institute for Data Research and Innovation Science, and this is a space where if you're interested in understanding how you can sort of analyze data to solve real problems, this space is a space where you can work with people who are doing exactly that. So if you're in the health sciences and you want to understand how hospitals cull their data to begin to figure out what are the things that place patients at risk? And they're looking at data from thousands and thousands of patients. Being able to analyze data at that level is the kind of thing that IDRIS does. And one of the things that IDRIS does on a routine basis is invite people from organizations that use data and technology, AI, et cetera. They invite them onto campus to introduce you to emerging technologies, but also create opportunities for students to be able to get jobs in those fields. So this is an image from a recent research day where we invited Amazon and Amazon Web Services as well as OpenAI to come on campus, both to do searches, career searches for our students so our students could interview directly with them, but also so that they could introduce emerging research technology to our students. I mentioned Nicole Richardson, who is the head of our data science program, and again, she's created this amazing consulting service within data science so that students who are leaving our data science program, because of the structure of the program, our students are leaving with starting salaries in the 6 figures, right? Which is really amazing because without the kind of experiences that they have while they're here, they wouldn't be able to have that level of success. But it's not just in the research that we do. Our students are very much involved in doing advocacy work in the community. So this is a couple of years ago, some of our students who are in a program called Lives in Translation that uses language as a real tool to create opportunities for justice for families in the community. So Lives in Translation has 800 students who speak more than 80 languages between them, who go out into community and represent families and children in various spaces, from at hospitals to in school settings. And our students were called to testify at the New Jersey State Senate on the need for language accessibility, and they were able to be transformative in getting laws passed that now insist that in every space you have to have translators available to facilitate families who do not speak English as a first language. For those of you who are interested in the sciences, I strongly urge you to take a look at our Pathways for Junior Scientists program. So this is one of our internship programs, our neuroscience internship programs. And neuroscience is sort of a too narrow term, because a lot of the students who are in this program are studying with faculty members at the New Jersey Medical School who are doing work in cancer and Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's. So it's not just neuroscience in a narrow sense, it's a broad approach to understanding and working in labs. So these students work with one of our faculty, Dr. Nan Gao, who is both on faculty here in our biological sciences department, and he's also, his primary appointment is at the New Jersey Medical School. And these students are students who have worked with faculty at the New Jersey Medical School on research for the year. These are paid internships. So regardless of whether or not students have need, they're paid so that they don't have to work if they would have had to work under other circumstances, but it also can just provide resources for our students to be able to sort of engage everyday life needs. So our Pathways for Junior Scientists program is one of our internship programs. I already mentioned Dr. Zhang, and this is one of her undergraduate students who published with her on a paper called Reconfigurable DNA Nanocage for Protein Encapsulation and Regulation. I don't really know what that is, but I do know that the work that they're doing is transformative. How many of you are interested in the social sciences? Psychology, political science, sociology? So quite a few. So for you, I would recommend paying attention to this program in particular, although we have a number of other programs. So we have a Capitol Hill Leadership Program, and this is a program where we provide resources to our students, and we link our students to elected officials on Capitol Hill, and these students spend the summer working on Capitol Hill in the offices of elected officials on policy briefs. Right? So some of them might be working on public health policy. Others might be working on other kinds of policy, including housing policy and housing justice policy. So these are some of our students from this last cohort. This coming cohort will have 10 students who will be working on Capitol Hill. There's a broader program that is attached to the Capitol Hill program, where students are working with elected officials from the state of New Jersey on similarly important issues. So those students are linked throughout the course of the year, and they're working with elected officials on major policies and regulations. How many of you are pre-law? I'm going to go back. Any pre-law students in the room? Okay, fantastic. Prep law. This is something that you absolutely want to take a look at. And our esteemed dean over here, Dean Falens, is both one of the creators and one of the facilitators of the Prep Law program. And this is a program where, for an intensive week, students are in the law school. They're working with, in this image that you're seeing, you see Dean Falens, in the middle is Dean Sophia Pinto Figueroa, and on the end is Dean Rose Chiazar. And she's the former dean of the law school, and she's a faculty member in the law school. The students are working with advanced law students, with the head librarian for the law school, and with law faculty, learning legal theory. They also learn how to try a case. And they are working in the mock courtroom in the law school, and they actually have to try a case using legal theory and explaining how they're leveraging that theory to decide on how to ask questions, how to engage with the judge in the case. So they learn law in a really intensive way early on. These students are also linked to other resources that facilitate their ability to apply successfully to law school. Wrapping up. So what is important as you enter into any college is you want to know that the people who are in front of a classroom, the people who are looking out for you, are actually looking out for you, not just in the moment, but they're imagining you 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, and that they're creating systems of support that will wrap around you so that at the end of your journey here, but even beyond, you'll have what you need in order to be successful. So one of the things that we do here is we have a program called the Braven Accelerator, and every sophomore and junior folks who are transferring in early in your transfer experience, you are automatically enrolled in the Braven Accelerator. I strongly urge you to keep this on your among the classes that you're taking, because in this class you have mock interviews. You get help with developing your resume, but you also are assigned leadership coaches in any area that you think you want to pursue. So if you think that you want to ultimately be an elected official, you will have people who have experience in that area. If you think you want to be a physician, you'll have physicians who will be able to work with you. So you get leadership coaches as well as professional mentors working with you. So students who leave this process leave with a set of skills, but also a set of connections that will transform their experience. And what we know is that the students who complete the Braven Accelerator, and Braven Accelerator exists not only here, but in other universities around the country, a select number of universities, the students who pursue and complete this accelerator program are much more likely to graduate within 4 to 5 years, and they out-earn their parents by at least $9,000 a year, right? And so this is a really important part of the experience, and they help students to get strong jobs. So last couple of things I'll say. As a student, you're not just a student, you're a full human being, and we want you to enjoy your life. So while you're here, just a couple of things that I think you should think about doing. So the city of Newark is amazing. The city of Newark is one of the oldest cities in the state, in the United States. It was built in 1666. This is Branch Brook Park. If you ever have an opportunity, and if you have an opportunity today, the cherry blossom festival, but the cherry blossoms in that park are outstanding. So we have more cherry blossoms than any other park or area in the United States. 5,000 cherry blossom trees. If you've ever been to Washington, D.C. to see their cherry blossoms, nothing on us. We actually have more cherry blossoms and a greater variety than they do. So go check out the park. It's also a really cool space that has concerts in the park. There are races if you're a runner, if you're a biker, they also have spaces, races on a regular basis. Forest Hill, if you like older architecture and beautiful architecture, go check out Forest Hill. It's a wonderful community about 10 minutes away from here. Easy walking distance, and the park butts up on this community. They have the most beautiful homes in that area. You should go check out that area. So these are some of the homes in Forest Hill. But right down the street, you have NJ Pack. If you're a concert person, John Legend is coming, actually today. So if you're a John Legend fan, but we also have the Prudential Center that also is a wonderful space for both sports and the arts. And I'll mention this last. About 4 minutes walk from here, there's an amazing, amazing space, the Newark Art Museum. And if you like astronomy, they have one of the best telescopes in the area. And so you have a really wonderful opportunity to check that out. And we're also close to New York City, so it's a cool place. So I'm going to stop there. And any questions that you have, I'm happy to answer. Okay. All right. And so I know that downstairs, I believe that downstairs we have the folks. So every department is represented downstairs. And I'm definitely going to encourage you to go by those tables and talk with the faculty who are in those spaces, because they can give you detailed information about the curriculum. Okay. Other questions? You know everything you need to know about SASN and Rutgers. We're all set. We're all signing on. We're all going to be here in the fall. All right, I'm going to hang out here. If there are any questions that you have, please feel free to come talk with me. I'm happy to answer any questions that I can or direct you to where you need to go. But in the meanwhile, I look forward to you being here. Okay, one more announcement really quickly.
Let's give a well-deserved round of applause. So before you get going, we just wanted to let you know that we have more sessions. These sessions that are upcoming at 12 o'clock are specific to your population. So just so you know, in this room at 12 o'clock, we will be holding a pre-professional services. If you're interested in careers in medical or in law, this is where you're gonna stay. Our Assistant Dean of Pre-Professional Services, Chaz Valenz, will be here with his presentation to tell you more. If you are a first-year student and you wanna learn the next steps, if you decide to come to Rutgers-Newark, we have a first-year student success session. That's going to be in our Bergen room. So when you leave this room, you're just gonna go down the hall, and we have signs and our student assistants who can walk you over, and that's going to be led by our Assistant Dean of First Years and Sophomores, Dean Yal Apia. And if you are a transfer student, we will have a transfer student success session to answer your questions about credit evaluations, what does it look like transitioning maybe from a community college to Rutgers-Newark or another four-year institution to Rutgers-Newark, and that's going to be in the Monmouth room, and that will be led by Assistant Dean Andrea Alves Morales, the Assistant Dean for Juniors, Seniors, and she also helps our graduate students. And that's just gonna be down the hall over to the corner, and again, we have directional signs and our student assistants who are here to work with us. At 1 o'clock, we also have 4 academic engagement sessions. So you might have already seen it on your schedule. If you haven't, we'll make sure to get you a QR code. But we have a tour of the Hub of Innovation Interactive Virtual Engagement. Dean Mattis did touch on that on her presentation. So you get to engage with some of our virtual reality headsets. We have an Honors College student panel. Parents, supporters, siblings, raise your hands. we have a session just for you. And it's gonna be right here in this room, how to support your student as they transition into this next step of their life. And then if we have anyone who's interested in teaching, we will have an urban education Why Teach session, which will help debunk some of the myths about going into the education field, and you get to meet some of our faculty from the urban education department. It was a pleasure, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of this Admitted Students Day.